Okay, so you want to get the inside track on what's happening, like right now, yeah?
Exactly. Quickly and efficiently.
Well, today we're plunging into the freelance world. We're going to zero in on the key areas, where the demand really
And
is.
our intel for this.
Right. It comes from a YouTube video. Now, you don't need the language skills. We've done that work. It's called
That means, ¿Quieres que te apprenda tu $20,000 USD freelancing tutorial Bangla? From the Khalid Farhan channel.
Yeah. And our mission here is, well, laser focused. Pull out the most sought after freelance categories, the stuff you should know about.
What's fascinating right from the get-go is the search that kind of led us here.
Oh, yeah.
The user's query had this really diverse mix of terms, like Google query, ebook, even things like DARPA, Egypt, and higher.
Huh. That is broad.
It is. It sort of paints a picture of someone just exploring, casting a wide net, And that kind of broad curiosity often points towards interesting trends.
Exactly. It's like that moment of just, casting that wide net, seeing what bites. So the video, it gets pretty much straight to the point. It outlines some major categories for, let's say, top freelancers.
Okay, like what?
We're talking development first. That's your coding, app building, all that digital backbone stuff.
Right, the tech side.
Then there's design and creative. Think logos, user interfaces, the visual side. Finance and accounting is another huge segment. And admin and customer support, those essential operational roles.
And if you kind of zoom out, you can see how fundamental those are. Development powers the tech.
Right.
Design makes it usable. Finance keeps the lights on. Admin handles the day-to-day. It's a pretty clear reflection of core business needs, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. The video also points to engineering and architecture.
Ah, the physical side too.
Yep, focusing on physical infrastructure. Then legal, always critical. Sales and marketing driving growth, customers. And finally, writing and translation, super important for, reaching a global audience.
That is a pretty comprehensive snapshot.
Yeah.
Covers a lot of ground.
It really highlights the sheer breadth of skills that are, well, currently in demand in the freelance space.
Definitely. Was there like a specific example in the video that jumped out at you?
Well, yeah, actually. Even though it's not maybe in those top-level categories we just listed, there's a specific job description mention.
Okay.
It's for a manual data entry professional. It says it's a short-term assignment, and they need someone, like, immediately.
Immediate start.
Yeah, and they really emphasize needing a dedicated work nature.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because where does data entry fit in, right? It might not be seen as a, quote, top category.
Right.
But it definitely falls under that admin and customer support umbrella we mentioned. And the urgency, immediate start, short term, plus needing that dedicated work, it tells you something important.
What's that?
It shows there's this constant demand for reliable support, even for what might seem like basic tasks. It's not all about cutting-edge tech or high-level strategy.
Right. So, well, maybe the dream is landing a gig as, I don't know, a freelance AI specialist. There are also these immediate openings for people who are just really detail-oriented, dependable.
Exactly. The big picture here seems to be that the freelance market isn't just one thing. It's incredibly diverse.
Yeah. Loads of entry points for a huge range of skills.
Yeah.
Different levels of availability, too.
And thinking back to that initial Google query, the one that seemed kind of random.
Yeah. Egypt, DARPA.
It actually hints at the global reach of all this. The fact that this video itself is in Bengali, it just underlines that freelancing isn't tied to one place.
Good point.
Someone with a skill set can connect with opportunities pretty much anywhere in the world now.
Okay, so let's try and bring this together then. We've seen freelancing isn't just like a few glamorous fields.
Not at all.
It's this really wide landscape. Spans everything from highly specialized stuff like software development, architectural design, all the way to more immediate needs like that data entry example.
No.
And they all kind of fit under bigger umbrellas, right? Finance, marketing, admin support.
Exactly. The key thing, I think, for you listening is to consider the sheer scope of possibilities here. Thinking back to that initial broad search, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The digital world has genuinely created this global marketplace for, well, a huge array of skills.
So as you're considering your own skills, maybe what you enjoy doing, think about how they could align with these different categories we talked about.
Yeah.
And what kind of dedicated work nature, whether that's your coding skill, your design eye, or maybe just your knack for organization, could open doors for you in this whole global freelance arena.
It's definitely worth exploring,
Yeah.
finding what kind of niche might just be the right